cleared for takeoff.
Good evening and welcome in to Indians Minor League Magazine. Along with Jason Stanford, I'm Al Pulowski, and Jay, the legend, the prospect legend of Jason Kipnis just continues to grow.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, you look at what this kid has been able to do so far on the AAA level, and then you see what he does at the Futures game, a home run off of one of the best pitching prospects in baseball right now.
Yeah, pretty good indeed. We'll talk more about that in just a moment. Here's what else we'll talk about on the show today. As usual, we'll take you throughout the Indians minor league system, catch you up on all the teams. Also, STOHD.com's minor league writer Tony Lastoria joins us to talk about some of the guys who made the biggest strides in the system this season. Later, you'll hear from 2011 fourth-round pick and Scrappers catcher Jake Lowry. We'll also have the diamond in the rough and unveil the Indians minor league player of the week. And first up, let's start in AAA Columbus and talk about Jason Kipnis, that prospect who has done so well both offensively and defensively. And Jason Kipnis represented the Indians very well at the All-Star Futures game in Phoenix on Sunday. He led off the game with this homer right here for Team USA and went 1 for 2 on the day and made a couple of very nice defensive plays.
Well, you look at what this former Sun Devil prospect is able to do right now, and it's just amazing. At the AAA level, he's by far one of the top Indian prospects from an offensive standpoint. Defensively, done a very nice job. This kid is ready to go and be at the big league level right now.
Well, and Jason Stanford says that because when you look at his stats this year, they're very impressive. He hits for average, he hits for power, he scores runs, he's improving defensively. Just a great prospect. Also, a couple of pitchers having nice seasons as well, Nick Hagedorn and David Huff.
Yeah, and you look at what this pitching rotation and staff has been able to do all season long. One of the best teams in minor league baseball right now. Could have easily had 60 wins by the All-Star break. Unfortunately, they hit a 3-game skid. But, I mean, you look what these guys have done all season long, very consistent.
And you're seeing these guys at the major league level now. We've seen Court Phelps, Luis Valbuena's here. You saw Zach McAllister last week, so these guys are coming. All right, let's head down the I-77 corridor and hit Akron, the AA team that has another player going to the All-Star game in New Hampshire, and that's Cory Burns, who was added to the EL All-Star roster, and he definitely deserves it. He leads the Eastern League with 24 saves. Overall now 2-3, a 2.2 earned run average, 47 strikeouts, and just 7 walks in 36 2/3 innings pitched.
Well, Cory's done a very nice job, and he should have been selected to the All-Star game originally. You know, unfortunately, when you don't have that great of a record as a team, it's kind of tough to put more guys that deservedly belong on there. But this kid has a very good fastball, a very good slider, almost unhittable slider. That's why he's doing such a good job there at the AA level. Yep. Very good prospect.
Very, very nice AA bullpen prospect to keep an eye on, following the footsteps a little of Vinny Pistano. Here's a couple other guys to keep an eye on, too. Matt Packer, nice outing last Thursday against Altoona. And Raul Padron, last couple of weeks, he's looked very good at the plate.
Well, we've got some good catching prospects. You look at what Raul has been able to do now. But you look at Matt Packer, you know, 7 innings right there, another left-handed pitching prospect. There's a lot of lefties in this organization. Maybe some trade baits for the Indians to get some of those bats that they need at the big league level.
Well, you talk about lefties, and I highly doubt this guy's going to be trade bait, but he represented the Indians as well in the Futures game. Drew Pomerance, who's had a great season at Single-A Kinston, and for as well as he did these first few months, he's earned the promotion to AA Akron. He'll join them after the Eastern League All-Star break. Overall, with the K-Tribe, the 2010 first-round pick is 3-2. His ERA, though, is 1.87. He has 95 strikeouts against 32 walks in 77 innings pitched.
I mean, those are just ridiculous numbers. I used to play Nintendo back in the day with some great players, and this kid is almost identical to that. He's got everything to be a big league #1 pitcher, not just in the rotation, but a #1 guy. You know, he struggled a little bit the Futures games, but this guy finally is going to show what he's capable of doing at the AA level. It's going to be fun to watch him down there.
It certainly is. So you can catch him in Akron at Canal Park. A couple of other guys from Kinston to take a look at. Tyler Holt, who he's got those stolen bases, and I got to believe the Florida State outfielder's average will eventually come up a little bit. And reliever Rob Bryson with his Kinston stats there, very impressive.
Yeah, and you look at Rob Bryson. I mean, this guy can pitch. He's got great stuff. He's got big league stuff right now. Just trying to get on track. figure it out. And once he does that, I mean, this guy, I think, is really going to move up through the system very fast.
Yeah, he came up with the Sabathia deal. He came over from Milwaukee in 2008. Just really hasn't been healthy, trying to get healthy. And if he is, he's another guy you could see in the Indians bullpen very soon. All right, let's head over to Lake County and check in with the captains in the Midwest League and a couple of guys there that we're really impressed with. One of those is Jesus Aguilar. He continues to just mash the ball. Since June 30th, the captain's big man is hitting .333 with a couple of homers and 4 runs batted in.
Yeah, and you look at what Jesus has been able to do, and you know, this guy has probably the most raw power in the organization. I mean, this guy can hit for, looking at it right now, can hit for average, but the power numbers, I mean, this is the guy that if he can stay and minimize the strike zone, you know, and the strikeouts, he can move up through the system extremely fast.
We'll talk more about him with Tony coming up in our next segment, too. Very interesting prospect this year now. Alex Monsalvi doing a nice job at catcher. His last 10 games off the charts offensively. And Clayton Ehlert doing a nice job as well in the back end of that captain's bullpen.
Yeah, and the captains have done a very nice job now ever since the All-Star break for them. And, you know, you look for what these guys are capable of doing. A lot of individual guys right now doing a very nice job. This is what you have to do. If you want to move up in the system that's stacked with a lot of talent, you have to perform.
And perform, these guys are for sure. Now, another guy that's performing, you talked to him just a couple of weeks ago, Bryson Miles, down at Mahoning Valley. And for the Scrappers, he is having a very nice season there in the Rookie League. In 19 games, the Tribe's 6th round pick is hitting .313. He has a homer, 6 runs batted in, and 10 steals, Jason, showing the bat, also showing some speed as well.
Yeah, he really is. And I mean, this is what we expected. I mean, he led Division I in stolen bases. He led JUCO in stolen bases. Now he's on track right now to lead the minor leagues in stolen bases in the short season. Done a very nice job. Needs to work on his outfield skills a little bit, but he's playing at all the positions out there.
The nice thing with him, too, is he's got the speed, but he can hit as well. A lot of times you see those speed guys, and the average isn't there. But for Bryson Miles, at least early on, it definitely is. Here's a look at some other guys to keep an eye on. Jordan Smith, great numbers for the Scrappers as well, and Daniel Jimenez doing a nice job on the hill.
Yeah, I mean, you look at that ERA right now, under a 1 right now, very nice. Decent amount of innings for a short season so far. Look for these guys to continue. It's fun to watch these guys down there start their career and really take toll of what professional baseball is all about.
All right, lots more ahead on Indians Minor League Magazine. We'll unveil our diamond in the rough. That's coming up. So is STOHD.com's Tony Lastoria. He'll join us here on set to talk about players who have made strides in their prospect value this season. Tim Fedroff is one of those guys in AA Akron. We'll talk about him and more after this.
Beautiful. 26, 36 feet per second up.